Hi guys, so welcome to the last part of the Weekend Dev Challenge 28. So in this part, we'll be working on a project that is a Disease Outbreak Tracker Project. So there is some disease that has been spread and now we have to calculate the mortality rate. So the final conclusion is calculating the mortality rate, but before that we'll calculate the total uh, outbreak records followed by the country-wise total number of cases and deaths, etc. So we'll be calculating all these things using SQL. So they have given us all the other code except the SQL part. So we'll be filling in the SQL part. So here are the tasks. So first one, we return all the outbreak records sorted by the latest date. So let's fill that. So the first thing is SQL query to get all the outbreak records recent first. So return recent ones should be first, is basically order it in a descending or descending. Now we'll see what all we should display: outbreak ID, country name, disease, cases, deaths, report date. So all these three things from the outbreak. Consider that outbreaks as O. Join this outbreaks with the country, so that we have the primary key to join that ID with the country of the outbreaks with the country, and order it by the reporting date in the descending order and the country name. So this country name, this case, it should be in the descending order of each country wise. So this is the first query. Now, second query, it says show country wise totals. So we have to write that country wise summary of total cases, total number of deaths and all. So we'll start, select country name as country, sum of that cases as total cases, sum of deaths as total deaths from the outbreaks table, and join with the country table, group by the country. So this country, this number of cases, this many deaths, order by the in the descending order. So that it will be the descending order by the total number of cases. So if the cases of one country is high, then we display it in that certain descending order. This is also simple. Now the third one is aggregate totals per disease. So you have to calculate total cases and total deaths by disease. So for example, if COVID-19, this many cases were there, this many deaths happened. One more is this many cases, this many deaths, like that. So select disease. So here we have to select disease. Sum of the cases is total cases, sum of the deaths is total deaths in that disease from outbreaks table, group by disease. That's it. Group by disease is basically this one, group by disease. Order by in descending order, order by total cases in descending order again. Now, here what we have to do is, so we have to rank it by the severity ranking. So that is basically recent cases per country in the last 14 days. Now, currently what is happening in that country, that we have to do. So select country name as country and the number of cases, sum of number of cases is recent cases. From the outbreaks table, join that country table again, simple. Now, where that report date, you have to take only the last 14 days. So the report date is, select the date, that is the max date, that is the current date, minus 14 days. So for example, if the current date is 28, we take it from 15 to 28, including today. So only these 14 days will be taking. Group by country ID, order by descending order of the recent number of cases. Simple. Now, here, here cumulative cases and deaths over time. So you have to calculate over time, total number of deaths and total number of cases. Simple. Select report date. So report date is basically when was that person diagnosed, or when was it reported, that case reported. Sum of the total number of cases over order by report date, rows between unbounded preceding and current row is basically whatever it is there from the starting till the current row. Unbounded preceding, so we don't know where it is, from till the current row as cumulative cases. Similarly, as cumulative deaths, you have to take the total number of deaths here, sum of cases, sum of deaths from the outbreaks table, where country ID is whatever the country ID will be given, and then the order by the report date. Now this is the last query of the project. So in this last query, you have to calculate the mortality rate over a 7-day window. So mortality rate is total number of cases by total number of deaths that has happened. If 10 people die out of 100 people, then it is 10% mortality rate. Simple. Now how do we calculate that? Let's see. Select country name as country, report date. We have to select the country name and the report date. Now, sum of deaths over, this is basically partitioning all the countries separately, that is by country ID and report date. Rows between 6 preceding and current row. So current row followed by the 6 previous rows. 6 preceding is 6 previous rows. Here we saw unbounded preceding, that is from the starting. Here 6 rows. So basically this gives a 7-day window. Today followed by 6 previous days. So that becomes 1 week, that is 7-day window. Of the total number of deaths and total number of cases. So two things we're calculating. Now, when the total number of cases is 0 in the previous 6 days, then it is 0. Then we don't do anything because we can't divide it by 0. Now, or else we have to multiply 1 into the total number of deaths in that previous 7-day window divided by total number of cases in the previous 7-day window. So if total number of deaths were 15 and the total number of patients were 100, so you have to get 15% as the output. So we are dividing it by this thing, sum of the cases, and we are rounding it off to 4 decimal places. As rolling mortality, from the outbreaks table, join the two tables and then order it by country name. So let me run the program. Sorry. So here we can see total diseases is COVID-19, total number of cases, total number of deaths. So this is filtered in total number of cases, dengue, influenza, cholera. And this is a country summary. India, total highest number of cases were recorded in India, followed by China, Indonesia, Brazil. So you can see. Now this is severity ranking. So Canada, recent number of cases, 2,400 cases is noted in Canada. Trends, basically cumulative cases, cumulative deaths. This is the country wise you have the filter. Rolling mortality. This is what we did in the last 7 days. So Australia, total number of rolling cases are mentioned for each disease, rolling deaths, rolling mortality rate. So this is mentioned for each country wise. We are grouping it by country wise, and then all records. We have the this is the first one what we did. Each country disease number of cases like that. This is the total number of records. So I hope you guys have understood this. Let me submit the program. If you have any doubts, let me in the comments below. I'll make sure I'll answer them all. And yeah, the test cases have passed, and that's it for this video, and that's it for this weekend as well. If you want to practice most of these problems or get yourself ready for interviews, then you can go pro on CodeChef. You can practice all these problems on the CodeChef platform. So yeah, give all of these problems a try. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.